Good morning, my name is Rob Russell and I'm the New South Wales distributor for this fantastic piece of technology called the Capiphon drainage belt. Such a simple concept but such an effective drainage system. What we've got over here, we're in Newcastle and we've got some really severe drainage problems in this backyard. This is just part of the problem here, where you can see some water pooling in the backyard. It actually floods when it rains. What I'll do is I'll introduce you to Peter, the owner of the property, and he can explain the problem that we've come to solve. Here's Peter.
There you go. Our main problem is, as you can see, it's all wet, and we get all the water from the top of the hill and it just runs down on the clay base layer, and because we're the last person in the street, we cop all the water. And the problem with, I've got a building here and it's actually subsided a little bit over the years, so I need to get the drainage fixed, and I come across the Capiphon. Is that what you said?
That's
Capiphon.
Yep, Capiphon. Yep.
And I thought about it for a little while, and I give Rob a call a couple of days ago, and here we now are installing it. Hopefully we'll get some real good results out of it.
Certainly will. Okay, you can see the problem because all the water's coming down from the hill down here, and it's seeping onto the clay base, and that's where the water is coming straight through and causing the problem. So what I've got Peter to do is just to dig a trench down to the clay base with this 900 mil stormwater, and what we're going to do is we're going to insert the Capiphon drainage belt into that, and then that will actually drain all of the water, the surface water and the subterranean water, into that particular pipe, and that'll flow out into the stormwater outlet, which is at the end of the trench here. You can see up the other end where there's been the socked ag pipe. It's been laid down for probably about 10 years or so, and it's done what all socked ag pipe does. It's clogged and it's no longer efficient. You can see that the sock is saturated, it's all clogged, and that's the problem that you have with socked ag pipe. The Capiphon drainage belt, you will never have a problem with that because this can't clog. It never clogs. Once it's laid, it'll stay like that for at least your lifetime, if not longer. First thing you do is you cut the belt into strips, and then you seal up one end with silicone. The next thing you do is you've got to measure where you're going to mark for the belt to be inserted into the pipe. Once you've got your markings done, you then cut the little slots and insert the belt into the pipe. Once you've done that, then you need to silicone the top of it and then leave it enough time for that to dry. We'll walk it up to as far as we can, up to the edge. Lay it down now. Just cut it in, just that wide, okay? Yep. And make sure that you've got enough fall. It only has to be 1 or 2 degrees, but there's got to be enough fall so that the actual belt, when it sucks the water up and discharges it into the stormwater pipe, that it actually flows towards the outlet. This fall here is perfect. It's around about 2 degrees, which is absolutely perfect as far as the fall goes. And that's all you need. You don't need much fall. What I'm going to get Peter to do now is he's going to come along. He's just going to cut these in a little bit so that it's flush with the level of the soil just underneath it. Then we'll pack it with sand. We'll put sand underneath it, and we'll put sand on top of it so that the sand actually allows the water to be drawn through it. And once we've done that, then we can just cover it in with whatever fill we've got or spill we've got. Cover it in, and as long as there's sand underneath the belt and on top of the belt, it'll work. You can see here that the ends have been siliconed so that no sediment can get into the belt, and any that's sucked up is the holes in the tubes are big enough for it to go through, and any that's too big to get sucked up, once the water stops flowing, it'll just drop off with gravity, so the belt never ever blocks. Well, here we are back at Pete's place 2 weeks after the installation of the Capiphon belt. We've had a lot of rain over the last week, last night in particular, and yeah, I'll let Pete describe what's happened here, and Paul, you can show them the end result.
Yeah, as you can see, when you get around the corner here, it's nice and dry. There used to be a lot of puddles, and you could not walk down there without sort of sinking into the ground. And have a go at it now.
And as you can see, we're at the discharge point, and you can see that the water's coming out, even though the rain stopped around about an hour and a half ago. The Capiphon drainage belt is still sucking and discharging the water, and that's one of the main properties of this fantastic piece of equipment.